I'm going to do the surfing thing again, yeah? But this time, I'm going to show you a different acting range, right? Just to let you guys know what an amazing actor I actually am, right? So this time, I'm going to be on my surfboard, right? Just there, and then I'm going to look out to the ocean, right? And I'm going to be like... Fear. Can you believe I can't get an agent? It's because I'm round. So I'm going to look out to the ocean. I'm going to be like, oh my God, what's that out there? And then when I say that, what's your name, boss? Pardiga. Did I get that right?
B.
Pardiga.
B.
B. Okay, B. Okay, yeah, we'll be cool. My name's Darmanda, you just call me Dick. And we'll be tight, right? So, B, I'm going to look out. I'm going to be like, what's that in the water? When I say that, B, what I need you to do, I need you to do this. And then I need you to slowly start standing up, yeah, B? When B does this, right, I need everybody in the room to point at B. And I need you to scream, "Shoo!" And you've got to do this with your hands, or you're going to look silly. You guys scream shark. I'm going to start paddling on my surfboard, right? The more I paddle on my surfboard, the more you guys make noise. The more noise you make, the more I paddle until I get to the top, yeah? And then I'm going to look at B and I'm going to be like, oh no, it's just a dolphin. And when I say that B, that's when you sit down and everyone else cheers and Heather will be our next act. So again, let me get into character. What's that in the water? It's just a dolphin!
Mentioned, I am American. I'm a Black American, and I've been living in Berlin for 6 years now. And I noticed that a lot of people have a lot of stereotypes about my culture as a Black person. You know, like everybody just assumes that I love rap music, that I play basketball, and that I have a family member in prison. And look, that's just offensive, okay? Because I hate basketball. No, it was my mom. But to be fair, she's not still there. She's not still there. She's liberated. She got out when I was 16. Yeah. And I know what you're thinking. Like, oh no, a Black woman was arrested in America, you know. Probably a huge miscarriage of justice, but nah. Nah, she did that shit. My mom liked to borrow people's identities and then buy new cars with them. Yeah. Oh, it's a choice. It's a choice. To have no place to live and a brand new whip, you know what I mean? Look, I didn't say she was a good criminal, okay? Yeah, I know that can be like hard to relate to, because a lot of people's moms are like more traditional, maybe, you know, like taking you to school, making you lunch, teaching you your ABCs. Yeah, my mom didn't teach me my ABCs, but she did talk to me a lot about the alphabet boys. Yeah, that's what she called the FBI, the IRS, and the LAPD. OMG, right? No, but I love my mom. I do feel bad though, because I feel like I'm letting people down when they meet me, because I don't really fulfill a lot of Black stereotypes. Like when my mom was serving her time, I was growing up in white suburbia, or as I like to call it, hell on earth. Just to give you a picture of where I grew up, in Simi Valley we have the Ronald Reagan Freeway. Do you guys know who Ronald Reagan is? U.S. President. He was kind of like the Donald Trump of the 1980s. Do you guys know who Donald Trump is? made his debate debut in the Republican primaries. Does that sound like a diverse place to you? No! There were only 3 other black people in that city. We were friends with them, but we had to be careful walking down the street together because people would think we're forming a gang. Yeah. And my daddy is a white man, so he didn't know nothing about race or gender, you know? Like all parents, he just kind of raised me to be like a little version of himself, you know? So he didn't raise me to be a black lady. No, he raised me to be an engineer. He's really disappointed right now. He never hugged me at all, so. Yeah, but I mean, it was tough, but you know, for years I was really insecure about this, feeling like I'm not really black enough, you know. That's why I wore the bandana tonight. I would study the culture, the music, just in case someone quizzes me, you know, just to stay prepared. But I get it wrong so often. You can feel sorry for me, honestly, it's pathetic. Like, I remember one time, like, by way of greeting, a black person came up to me and said, "Hey, yo, what's Gucci?" And I said, "Oh, it's like a high-end purse, real expensive, you know." I see you guys know black slang. In case like me, you didn't know, they were like, "No, what's Gucci's like, what's good? What's good? How are you doing? God." I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm Gucci, I'm Prada." I'm designer, baby. Yeah, but honestly, I don't get offended anymore at your questions. You know, I used to, but then I realized we can't all know all the cultures, you know. And like for me, to keep it 100 with you guys, like I don't know anything about your culture. I'm black, but I'm still American, you guys. All right, that's been my time. Thanks so much, everybody.